Despite the novel's interesting structure, Jamie Quattro's characters lack appeal, Josef Grubis says. While there are no rope-a-belt scenarios a la 50 Shades in Fire Sermon, Jamie Quattro's novel fairly pulsates with sadomasochism. The major departure is that, in Quattro's debut, punishment is self-administered and self-consciously linked to an eminent line of Christian thinkers. Apparently, the Georgia-based author wants high-minded readers to think of Thomas Aquinas, "We can open our hearts to God, but only with divine help," and Simone Weil, "All sins are attempts to fill voids, rather than Anastasia Steele. I don't remember reading about nipple clamps in the Bible." The story's primary sufferer is Maggie, the well-off author of a book of short fiction as well as an unfulfilled housewife, PhD program dropout and theologically oriented poet Manquay. Married for nearly 2 decades to her college sweetheart, a generous, thoughtful and supportive but agnostic man who does not satisfy her usually and possesses a dominant, sadistic streak, Maggie ponders faith, longing, fidelity, marriage, happiness, loyalty, prayer and the rest through a Christian lens. She wonders whether, for example, is a boomerang, a lure to God, a lure back to ad infinitum. Article continued below across several dozen chapters, depicted as chronologically shuffled emails, therapy session excerpts, letters, poems, conversation transcripts, and first and third-person prose. Quatro fleshes out Maggie's dilemma. Disgruntled and yearning, she reads a book in search of enlightenment. And before she can say hyperregular iambic meter, she's written to an acclaimed poet, a prospective mentor. Letter writing intensifies, intellectual and loin-cooling. "I read a great deal of Western apophatic theology in grad school," she writes. "It is indeed humanity's great failure, that we go on trying to exist apart from God." James the poet emails. There are coffee dates and, semi-finally, one earth-shattering hotel liaison. After that, for years much guilt, many avowals, much repentance and self-flagellation, and many questions related to being a sentient person with a UAL appetite in a universe created by God. The mechanics of Quattro's novel are an enjoyable puzzle, the clueless Thomas and pompous James are paper-thin. And, as presented, Maggie's sophistry about infidelity on top of agonized hand-wringing and, ultimately, the failure to find the courage for her convictions make her a trying companion for 200 pages. Josef Grubis divides his weeks between Salt Spring Island and Vancouver. His fourth novel, Oldness, or The Last-Ditch Efforts of Marcus O., comes out in October.